Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Veronica. I'm going to bring forth a collective message today. Hope that you're doing well out there. Wherever it is that you find yourself, wherever it is that this message found you, you are held by the divine. And you are exactly where it is that you're meant to be. First card out is the octagram, the 8-pointed star. It is about repeating cycles, but the difference is that whenever you enter a cycle that it seems that I've been here before, it's not my first rodeo type of vibes. When you enter that cycle, just understand that you're a little bit different now. Next card out is the Sigil of Avalon. Merlin energy. Virtuous energy. It's doing things a second time, a third time, an eighth time around with a deeper sense of your value systems and like your code of conduct and honor. It's like an honor system. Raku is the next card out. This is about attunement. Attuning yourself to the natural rhythms of the spaces and places that you find yourself in. And maybe your natural rhythm is out of sync with the rhythm of an environment. That is so common, especially in this day and age. People are finding instances where they might be experiencing mind, body, and soul coherence here with Sehiki. After an attunement, after a deepening of enlightenment of the heart space, with the heart chakra card coming out. A deepening of the heart space, an activation of the heart chakra. I dropped one, but I take everything that falls because as above and so below. And this card is Bina. This is the second sphere on the tree of life. Actually, wait, this is the third. But its planetary correspondence is Saturn, and it's about the divine feminine void womb of creation. Interesting that it's coming out here with the heart chakra. So yeah, you could have been in planning mode, planning phases. As above, so below with the hexagram. And this is also talking about a cycle of energy, but not something that is repeating itself on the grander scheme of things. This is like an engine. I'm just getting like, because it's two triangles superimposed onto one another, right? So it's the below and the above together. And on a linear pathway, you could almost see this circling and rolling like a wheel. So I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune card in the Tarot. I wonder if we'll receive that in any of the other pulls that we'll do. Thank you, Spirit. And it's Sagittarius. Sagittarius, ruled by planet Jupiter. It is about higher forms of learning, being teachable. It's a fire sign. It's very passionate. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Sacral Chakra card, your zone of creativity. So there's a collective that's tapping into a deeper sense of their own magical capabilities with the Sigil of Avalon and the octagram card. Maybe you're entering a cycle at this point, because we do have that new moon in Pisces tomorrow, right before the Aries equinox. So this is a time of, the word that just came into my awareness was rebrand. Yeah, it's a deepening inside of your own purpose based off of what is activating your heart chakra at this point and inspiring you to create something deeper inside of whatever your specialty is. I'm getting specialty from Sagittarius and hexagram because it is like this structure of higher learning or higher religious. It's not even an institution, because institution is too confined. This is something that is a lot more fractalized and available for more individuals. It's like this fractalized gnosis with a G that's populating into the collective field from your insight, from your inner world's insight, from the structure that you build from within your heart space specifically. And then, you know, with the sacral chakra here on the bottom, it does speak about utilizing that Kundalini life force after this mind, body, soul activation and deepening that will allow you to move forward. Yeah, it's like collective has been in this holding pattern, and it is up to you to create something that will propel you forward along, you know, the path that you have foreseen. Okay, I like this one. It's the Three of Wands. In this deck, the Three of Wands is all about seeing and acting upon the middle path. And with it being here on the octagram, it's like you've had enough practice at the middle path where now you get to put it into actual service. We have the Two of Cups on the Sigil of Avalon. So it could be some sort of a union here. It doesn't have to be with another person, but I am getting that you are coming into union more with your spiritual team. Whatever that looks like for you, if you're working with your ancestors, if you're working with your galactic team, any spirit guides that come in to assist you, any ascended master frequencies that populate in your general environment around you, and then with your intuitive process, you pick up on those signs that are coming through to you. And it could be as simple as that, because the next card out is the Moon, you know, what was once hidden, populating in front of you like lightning. It is like a lightning strike. The next card out, Five of Swords, here with Sehiki. And Five of Swords is usually about a battle for conquest. But in this deck, it's a little bit different because it talks about surrender and the wisdom that is gained once you develop that sort of flow. Because losing is part of winning, you know. So just because you withdraw your energy from one sector to develop deeper wholeness within yourself, that could really be considered a win. It's really all based about your perspective. Page of Cups, an emotional journey. Having the levity of the heart to set sail, or to even become more teachable about your own way of nurturing and your own way of processing emotions specifically. This is really beautiful. I'm just getting that you're taking anything that, you know, you're not taking it personally anymore is really the biggest thing. Six of Discs coming out next. I'm going to place this face down because of some mild nudity. But the Six of Discs, you know, that talks about generosity. And in this deck, it's Archangel Gabriel holding the Lamp of the Jinn, which is a wish. It's holding the lamp, which is the power, bearing the light for others to see. And maybe that's a thing about you, is that you can help others see, but you have a hard time seeing it for yourself. Because you do care about other people, and you value the services that you're able to provide to assist other individuals in the collective. But this cycle here is talking about, it is talking about having that actual spiritual eye to discern what is going on around you, specifically in the heart space. Maybe you've given too much of your heart energy away in the past, and it messed with your sacral creativity zone because it took too much of your energy away from you. But I'm just getting that, you know, the higher union in spirit is taking place. And after that takes place, it leaves no room for a lower energetic union to take place, because your cords are already attached. Like, you have a secure attachment style to source. The Magician coming out with the hexagram. Wow. It's deep alchemy from the soul. I love that in this Magician card, he's holding a Merkaba, and it came out on top of the hexagram. And above his head is the infinity symbol. Infinite movement in the third dimensional planes, because you understand infinite movement in the realms of the above. It's just grounding the energy into your vessel. Mind, body, soul coherence. Learning what works and what doesn't through trial and error with this Five of Swords. And having the spiritual discernment and assistance from the etheric realms. It's like having this consort that you can call upon to assist you in which direction to turn and which movements to make in these moments. It's just moment to moment, but all of these things have a compounding effect. Emperor on the bottom, but we do need one more card. It's interesting. This card is the King of Discs. And again, I can't exactly show the whole card, so I will place it face down. King of Discs. And then here on the bottom is the Wheel of Fortune. I felt this vibration coming through earlier. So the wheel is turning in your favor, collective. And it's turning in your favor just because you have deeper observational powers. And a deeper empathy for yourself, you know. I just get that you have been there for a lot of people. And you've worked some real magic in their lives just because you were able to observe and then have a simple conversation with them that allowed them to have a perspective shift. But Now what I'm getting is that there will be masculine energies in your life who provide that exact mirror that you have been, but other people haven't been able to match you because they couldn't exactly see you. It's like you activated them so hard that they needed some recovery time to put things back together in their own lives and in their own situations. But when is that happening for you? I'm getting that this is happening for you now. Like around this new moon and spring equinox energy, we're just getting, it's like we're washing the wool that was over our eyes, creating something that is white as snow. It's purity. It's your own doing. It's your own virtue and your own purity that comes in and allows for the reflection on how far you have come in deepening on the spiritual path. Because that's the thing, is that like this is chronic. Living with the human condition is a chronic ailment. And so it does intensify along certain points and triggers on the path. So for you to have been going along the spiritual path for as long as you have been, it can be difficult to see how far it is that you've come. But when you run into a situation like this where, like, let's say that you saw something happening with your partner that they tried to hide from you and tried to play some sort of an unfair game, but you don't play those types of games that other folks do when they think that all is fair in love and war. And that's why I like this tarot deck, because it does have the different symbolisms. Yeah, and Five of Swords. You don't play with the same types of rules as others do whenever they operate inside of duality. It's fun. It is almost like creating a new board game. Maybe that's something that, you know, you are doing or have always wanted to do. Maybe you're like into coding or programming or something like that. Mind mapping, Dungeons and Dragons, all that jazz. Yeah. It's fun stuff, and it's really is like world exploring. It's entering trance states and pulling the wisdom that you receive from there and like anchoring it into your body, into your physical world, so that other folks can see that there is another way to operate. Root chakra. Root chakra, Three of Wands, and octagram. Like I said, it's taking this information and grounding it down into your body, into Malkuth, into the crystal star chakra of Mother Gaia. Focus. It looks like a mountain. It looks like a volcano. It's focused energy channeled through one point. Focus, Two of Cups, Sigil of Avalon. Mother Earth is focusing her energy on you when you focus your energy on her. It is that synergistic relationship that us as electromagnetic beings of spirit have the ability to channel. And I'm hearing about weather modification in the summer. So this could be timing. Summer, the moon, and Raku. And we mentioned already that the moon is about things hidden. A sudden revelation of things hidden coming in the summer. As if we don't already have enough disclosure as it is with the files and also with the war. I'm almost wondering how much of it is manufactured, false information. And you know, again, I haven't said this yet, but take only what resonates and leave the rest behind for somebody else to possibly relate to. But it's just one of them things that make you go, Summer authenticity. Authenticity, Five of Swords, Sehiki. A deepening into your mind-body-soul connection and surrendering to the will of the divine. Surrendering to the fact that we don't have any of the answers. So it is best to just lean on what you already know and remain teachable as well. If there's something that you aren't sure about, it's perfectly okay to admit that. In fact, I would not trust somebody if they said that they knew, but they truly didn't. That could be something that you're coming into contact with as well. Is people who think that they know more just because they want to get a one-up on you. And maybe they do know more in one aspect or the next, but there's a healer for every healer. You know, everybody who we come into contact with, no matter how brief, random, you know, there's no coincidences in this life. So stay teachable and stay open, especially in your heart, because there's some sort of like emotional lesson that you're supposed to be learning. And then we have the card of phases here. So it goes phases, Page of Cups, and heart chakra. And Stardust, Six of Discs, and Bina. The cosmic womb of the mother, providing structure through value. The structure that develops through virtue, through generosity, through being a keeper of the flame. It's you as a lighthouse that's filled with this luminescent stardust that assists in guiding people through their dark night of the soul. And all it simply is required of you to do is stay inside of your heart space as you are communicating, and lend your focus into grounding your energy down so that you can be a clear channel of communication. Thank you, Spirit. Clearing, balance, and we have a bonus card of Winter. Hexagram, the Magician, and Clearing. Sagittarius, King of Discs, and Balance. Winter came out, and then on the bottom we have Autumn. So we're going from summer to winter to autumn. It is like falling in reverse. That's so interesting. Okay, so Spirit is communicating to me right now about these phases of the season. So if we're falling in reverse, whatever happens in this summer is a direct relation to what happened in the winter time. So we should be working on clearing and balancing out anything that caused us to have some sort of a trigger moment, some sort of a flaring moment inside of our lives, inside of our bodies. Maybe you have chronic health issues, autoimmune issues, you know, things of that nature. You already sort of know the treatment plan that is required for you to participate in. Just make sure that the treatment plan suits you in an authentic way. I'm not talking about seeing your specialty doctors and just going along with the prescribed medications, because Western medicine does not provide Seiheki, mind, body, soul coherence in a way that a more holistic approach would. Now, this is not medical advice. Definitely work out a treatment plan with your doctor, but what I'm specifically saying is that there needs to be more work done with holistic medicine, like herbals, like diet control, moving away from processed foods, moving away from the seed oils, and really just listening to what your body has to say, to bring it into a deeper sense of balance, a stronger constitution. And those things alone can do wonders for your focus, for your energy level. I like this one. It's the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, correct communication. Root chakra, Three of Wands, octagram, Ace of Swords. It's the correct communication. It is the sword of truth. Five of Swords. That's the second time we're seeing this in today's reading. It is the card of defeat. Sigil of Avalon, Two of Cups, Focus, and Five of Swords. You know, you already had to surrender to divine will in order to, you know, breathe this authenticity, inhale it and exhale it into your body. So Five of Swords, the defeat card, is coming out again here with Sigil of Avalon, Two of Cups, and Focus. I'm just getting that the tides have turned. Like you're turning the tides and defeating the things that once defeated you. Oh, I like that one. It's the Star. Raku, the Moon, Summer, and the Star. This is deep authenticity coming from a star seed. So between this point now and the summer, my readings go like this. It's like we're about to head into like a specific holiday or date or time, and it's like, okay, we're gonna think about next year now. The Hermit and the Chariot. So the Hermit, authenticity, Five of Swords, and Seiheki. On the bottom is the Ten of Discs. Yeah, again, it's talking about moving towards your value systems and cutting out or leaving behind or surrendering to the fact that there are specific people in your life that aren't supposed to move forward on this healing journey, on this journey of you walking yourself home. And if anybody just so happens to be walking that way, yeah, they're gonna walk alongside you. But you could have been doing this alone for a really long time. Yeah. Moving down here with the Chariot, phases, Page of Cups, and Heart Chakra. It's like getting some extra oomph in your step because you are phasing out the old values that maybe made sense at one time or another, but we're in another transitory phase here where you are deepening into your soul's mission that you contractually agreed to prior to birth, or even new soul contracts coming in with the Ace of Swords. It did require you to, tie up any loose ends in the past where your energy was attached to something. And this doesn't have to be a person. It could be your energy being attached to a property that you're ready to walk away from, or like a job or vocation or hobby or bad habit that's taking too much of your time. Energy. Maybe might even be a trigger for your health. Things like that. It's you just understanding what it is that you need to do and actually moving forward into it with a lighthearted, curious approach. That's the word that came up with the Page of Cups the other day for me. Was it's curious, it's curiosity, and it's igniting this new type of passion where it is emotionally fulfilling, or at least it piques your interest. What is this? It's the Eight of Cups. Indolence. Coming out with Stardust, Six of Discs, and Bina. Eight of Cups. Indolence. Disappointment, right? I don't really read reversals, but this one did come in reverse, which tells me that you've grown up. You've grown up and realized that disappointment energy only, again, comes from within. Other people cannot disappoint you. It's really just what you put your stock, what you put your faith in. And if somebody else doesn't rise to meet that expectation, or you yourself, if you do not rise to meet the expectation that you had set, that's what causes this type of emotion to come up. So it's coming out with Stardust, Six of Discs, and Bina. The structures that were built the generous structures that you built, participated in, or just, it's like not doing it for you anymore, or rather there was something about it that didn't feel quite right and kind of tarnished the whole energetic vibe of you participating in it. So maybe it has something to do along those lines, where there was just one little thing that needed tweaked so that you could sense happiness inside of that space or place, where before it was like, oh man, I gotta participate in this again. But you're so multifaceted and creative. I know that see, that's what's up. It's the Empress. The Empress clearing the Magician in the hexagram. It was when you shifted your values and took a multi-dimensional approach that made you realize that you participating in the thing, you were always going to do that. Every timeline, you were going to do that anyway. So just accept where you're at. Seven of Swords, futility. Resistance is futile. It's also about what do we have here? Six of Cups on the bottom, pleasure card. It's also about limerence and thinking about the times when thinking back about the good old days, right? Back in my day, da. Okay, boomer, thanks. We're stepping into the future where we are. Oh, this is silly. Where we are not trying to argue, muss, or fuss. Balancing out authoritative rule with a mindset of lifelong learning and that there is no just one way to get that job done, to get to the end of the finish line. That's what the Three of Wands is all about. It is that middle path. It's about being a trailblazer and cutting your own way through the thicket, straight down the middle. And I'm seeing the structure of the Tree of Life at this time. Going from Kether down to Tifereth, taking that path of the High Priestess. Again, I'm looking down here at the Seven of Swords because it is like, you know, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the Seven of Swords comes up as a man sneaking off with a handful of swords, like he is stealing something. The message that I'm really getting here is that resistance is futile because the balance is going to happen anyway. So if you find yourself bucking the system or like turning a cold shoulder on a way to achieve balance inside of your mind, body, and soul coherence, that's something for you to examine on like a deeper level. Because why do you want to avoid things that are good for you? Stepping into stillness. My power is born in the majesty of silence. Yeah, I'm just getting that you need to take some time for you. Unplug from the digital warfare. Step out into nature. Step into stillness. Allow the darkness of the night to hold you, to envelop you, to create you, to hold the space for you as you create yourself. And on the bottom is exceeding expectations. I soar into excellence. I'd like to get at least one more. I just heard the word trust. Trust in yourself. Trust the process. Trust the signs that are coming to you now. You know, the more you ignore the intuitive nudges, the keywords that pop into your head and you're like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to do that, but F it. No more of that. No more of that. Okay, I like this one. True offering. True offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. Wow. It takes a lot of dedication to continue down the spiritual path after facing points along the way that you didn't know if you would survive or not. But look at you now. You're the Empress star that they tried to defeat, that they tried to bury, and you developed mind, body, soul coherence through deep, authentic expression. based off of what you allowed yourself to feel and accept as truth through lived experience. And yes, there's still some work to do as far as energetic alchemy, but you've learned so much along the way that it's not going to be anything totally new than what you, number one, have already been doing, and number two, you just understand the correct way that your body needs to be moving inside the spaces and places that you already occupy. And then just taking it that next step further and really offering yourself to the divine as an instrument of service. Because you do have your own individuation that other people can sense and intuit for themselves. Like, I'm just getting that not only are you approachable, but the way that you hold energetic space for other people is so non-judgmental that it really does allow themselves to see their own energy reflected back at them in a really fun, loving, lighthearted way. It's beautiful. What does it say? Every person has their own personalized study plan in this Earth School. It's epic. And on the bottom again is love. Divine Source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation. Only love itself. Yeah, love's the only thing that's ever saved my life. And I think I'm gonna leave the reading here, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Definitely press the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And in the description below is my email. I'm available for private readings, for group readings, and for any spiritual consultation that you might have. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon.